Hello and welcome back. This is a quick follow-up video to the Gemini in Google Drive video. And this one is about projects. And when I made that video before, projects was over here in the left menu, but it didn't do anything. And there was a URL to go directly to a new project, and like that errored out, and like it's still a beta feature, so it's gonna have issues, but it actually works now. At least it seems to. So I wanted to show you what that can actually do and why you might want to use it. So you go to drive.google.com and then you have to log in, and you may not see this because it's a beta feature and Google, they're I don't know, they at least A/B test stuff like this, so it's possible that you won't see this. If you don't, I don't honestly know how to tell you to get it because, again, it's still beta and they might not be rolling it out to everyone yet. But if you have it, you can come over here and you click on projects, and then it goes to a different screen here, and then you can create one or more projects. So let me go into one and show you what it looks like. And again, I made a video about this whole interface already. It's kind of a combination of Gemini app and like Notebook LM, but within Google Drive. So you have this interface, you have your little prompting box here. The only tool right now is to create images that looks like one of the Nano Bananas, probably Nano Banana 2. And the plus here just expands the side panel over here. And then this panel, you click on add, it'll bring up your Google Drive, I don't know, like selection window, and you can navigate wherever in Drive, and can either be like your My Drive, or it can be if you have shared drives or whatever structure you have in there. And you can pull in any files or folders that you have from Drive into here, and then use those for context for whatever you actually prompt in Gemini. And it even kind of says in here you can ask questions about your files and folders to get deeper insights from Gemini. So you can add a bunch of things here, again, kind of like Notebook LM. And if you're not familiar with Notebook LM, it's fine. You can just basically add multiple different files in here. So let's say that you are a project manager, or you work on different projects, and you have different project documents. So you have like your project management plan, or like your project tracker, like you have your Gantt chart, you have your resource list, and whatever things that are relevant for that. You can put those in here, and then you can either prompt to extract information, you can prompt to summarize, you can prompt to see what things are coming up next just from your documents. And then you can also click down here and it brings up this other little pop-up, and you can choose where Gemini can search. So whenever you ask a question here or give it some kind of prompt, you can define if it just goes to Drive, if it actually pulls in Gmail, if it pulls in chat, pulls in calendar. And again, this is where it's kind of similar to Notebook LM, because this will just stay quote unquote grounded within your Google Drive or within these Google elements here, but like, or you can actually add the web, and now you can go outside of your Google Drive for stuff that you might need. So practical use case for this, again, if you're a project manager and you're working on different projects, and like you have one of these choices, so this is project, widget project, the other one is services one project, the other one is something else project. You pull in your project documents in here, and then you have your project calendar, and maybe you have a task that needs to get done, tomorrow. You can go into Gemini and you can ask it, hey, who, based on the calendar here and the email traffic that's been going back and forth, who is available to work on this task? And then Gemini can scan your documents, it can scan the project calendar, and then like maybe you've had chats back and forth, and it's like someone on your team, their calendar's open, but they said that they're busy that day, or they sent an email saying they're busy that day. And then Gemini can put all that stuff together, and it's just like, okay, here are the people who are actually available on this date and this time to work on that thing. There are a ton of examples, but that's just one, of course. So you can do that, and then if you go back to projects here, like now you can just create a different project for something else. So when you click on the create a project, you get this little window here, and then you can just name your project. So I'll just do the very creative test project 2, and then you can add sources. Again, that'll just bring up your Drive window, and then you can select whatever sources you want from within your Google Drive. This is our actual business drive, so I'm not going to go in there. There's lots of sources that I'm not going to put in there. So let me see. So yeah, I mean, so now it's the same thing. So now this is test project 2. So if this is different project, different team, different calendar, different email, different whatever, you can now separate out your different projects and just have different conversations with each of them. Another thing that I'll note in here, and it's not obvious, is if you click on the little hamburger menu here, and it's just the more options menu if you don't know what that means, you can actually connect to your gems. And if you don't know what gems are, they are basically like specialized versions of Google Gemini. And this can actually, gems can actually tie to Notebook LM. They can tie to a bunch of other things, but you can create a gem that's just for this, and then you can connect to it here. And like that's huge because that lets you really customize what you want based off of your specific preferences, your other documents you have. Again, if you have stuff in Notebook LM or just like other artifacts you've created somewhere else, you can put those in your gem and then link the gem to your drive here. But if you have existing ones, they'll show up here. Google has a couple of pre-made ones, and then you can just go and then you can create one, and then that opens up Gemini app, and then gems, that's a whole different process. We have multiple videos about that if you're not familiar, but you can link gems in here. So again, that's really it. We already have another video about going through the rest of this, but it's really just a combination of Gemini app and Notebook LM in your Google Drive. So it's just kind of another layer up. It's like, I get that you already have Gemini like in Docs, in Sheets, in Slides, but this kind of goes a layer up. And it's like, if you want to have Gemini scan like multiple docs, multiple sheets, multiple slides, or some kind of combination of those things, or PDFs or other things that you have within your file system, you can do that now. And then projects let you separate those things out for whatever you want. Again, you don't have to do it by actual project. You can just have it by however you want to separate it. Just think like how you would make a different folder for a different thing. This lets you create a container at that higher level for whatever you can think of. So if you have that option over here, then go in and try it out. Ask us questions if you have them, and we will see you next time.